Awesome introduction. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Hey, folks. So, as mentioned, my name is Ty, and what I want to share with you on this presentation is a way to start a long lasting digital publishing business that gives you the lifestyle that you deserve and generates passive recurring income for years and years to come. As a matter of fact, when I checked my account this morning, I had seen where I had already generated thousands and thousands of dollars before I had even started my morning this morning. So this is the type of reality that I now live and that I'm sharing with a ton of people. As a matter of fact, my son, who's 15, just received his second check today in the amount of $1,300, $1,350 to be exact. A couple of weeks ago, it was $1,238. And I want to share with you, he's 15, so he's rocking and rolling. He's knocking this out the park. And the beautiful thing is you can do this with both fiction and nonfiction. So I know that your time is valuable, as is mine. So this is going to be a very short presentation, but it's going to be one that's packed with a lot of golden nuggets. So I hope you have something to take notes with. Now, before we get started, I want to do a quick sound check. Let's make sure that you can actually hear my voice. So you should see a questions box. It should be a questions box. It may say a chat box or a comments box. Thank you, Thomas. Thomas is very quick. So Thomas says he can hear my voice. If you can hear my voice, just put yes in the questions box. There you go. So Thomas, Brenda, Michelle, Michael, Roland. We've got Donna, Jim, Adam, Jake. Loud and clear says Jake, Audrey. We've got Nari. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Linda, Malane. Very nice names here. So here, we're going to get started, guys, because like I said, I know that everyone's time is super precious, and I want to give you guys as much as I possibly can. So before we begin, let's talk about what exactly is a Kindle and why is it important to anyone who's looking for an easy, secure, long-lasting, residual way to make money. Well, the Kindle, as you can see, here's a version of it. There's many different versions of the Kindle device. Is a portable ebook reader that was developed by Amazon.com that allows users to be able to shop for, download, browse, and read ebooks, newspapers, magazines, blogs, reports, and other digital media. Right now, there's 7 billion prospects, right? 7 to 8 billion that are potential customers of yours. I say that because there's many, many, many billions of mobile devices on the planet right now. And one of the beautiful things that Amazon did was they realized that not everyone would go out and buy this physical Kindle device. Some people probably couldn't afford it. Some people just didn't have a need for it. Some people probably were just not interested in it. So what they did was they created a Kindle app, digital Kindle app that you can apply to any of these products here. Now, what's so special about that, right? You're probably wondering. Well, anyone that has the Kindle device or that has the Kindle app can go in and become customers of ours. And when I say of ours, I mean of myself, of you, of my guests who introduced me here on this webinar, of anyone that's watching this presentation, as long as you're publishing content on Amazon's platform. Okay, so now let's jump into this here. This is the same system that I actually used to recently buy my mom a house and paid cash for it. Okay, so it's a very lucrative system. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at a few testimonials from some of my students really quickly. This is one of my students here, Brian, who actually just reached out to me recently, just a couple of days ago. It's about 4 or 5 days ago, um, in a separate text. But here in this text, he says, Ty, this is my first $5,000 a month. So he's making $5,000 a month. He said that his goal was set on getting to the $10,000 a month level, and he recently just reached out to me and said he's now doing $12,000 a month. Here's another one of my students, Tracy Voister, who within 2 days after getting started with this program has already sold 5 copies of her books, all right, of her digital content. Here's another one of my students. This guy is Darren DeVry. He's 66 years old. He's over in Perth, Australia. He says, Ty, over the last year, I've continued to follow your system, and I'm now doing $20,000 per month in sales. So again, it's a very lucrative process. It's something that anyone can do regardless of your age, regardless of your skill level, regardless of, if you're a technical person or not, and regardless of where you're located on the planet. I'm definitely not technical. I can barely turn on a computer. And I failed English 101 not once, but twice because I'm an overachiever. So trust me, if I can do this, you can do this. You're at ground level of what is being called a new age diamond mine. And I want to show you just some of the money that I've been able to make kind of playing around with this. And I say playing around with this because before I got started, I was totally distracted. I was trying to do a lot of things. So I had too much noise and too much clutter. And that was until I started focusing just on this. This was one of my first checks in the amount of $2,297.30, right? Now, when I first received this check from Amazon, I wasn't really too, let's just say that the light bulb did not go off because again, I had too much clutter, too much distractions in my immediate area that kind of had me less focused than I should have been, right? How many people right now are just really just trying to do too much, right? Whether it's you're trying too many different programs, whether everything catches your attention and you have shiny object syndrome to the 10th degree, which was my case. And it wasn't until the next month when, with the same content that I had published on Amazon, I did not do anything different, but even though the next month I went from $2,297.30 to $2,873.13. Now, the difference between this month and this month, other than about $600, was that I did not do anything. On this month, I went on vacation, right? I had taken a vacation with my family, and I was actually, it was one of the summer months, so I was really like engaged in summer activities with my children and sporting events and vacationing and gardening. And my wife had me do a bunch of stuff around the house because we were selling our house at that time, putting it on the market. So I really didn't have much time to work on my business. But still, even so, I generated thousands of dollars that month. And I even made an additional $600. How many people would love to be able to put together a system where you're not doing much, but it continues to generate money for you month after month after month, right? Because 90% of the work is done for you by someone else. Now, let's move on. So this month, I continued to see another increase. So the next month, I went from $2,873.13 to receiving a check in the amount of $4,462.53. And then the next month, the next check was $8,403.84. And now I consistently see checks in the amount of $30,000 to $40,000, sometimes even $50,000 during like the holidays, the Christmas holidays. They really shoot up there, right? This is your own diamond mine. Now, making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month is not for everyone, but I know for a lot of people that's watching this, just making $2,000 a month would change things for you. Making $5,000 and an extra $5,000 a month would change for you. An extra $10,000 a month would change for you, right? My son just got started last month. He received, like I said, his first royalty payment in the amount of $1,238 last month. And then today, he got another one in the amount of $1,350, 13 years old. Imagine if you knew this stuff when you were a teenager, all right? So now, this is also the perfect lead generator. It's an awesome way to build up your list if you want to. I'm not going to talk about this, but just know that this is an extra way to make money. I'm not going to really go into this right now because I want to stay focused on what I'm teaching you here, and I don't want you to get distracted. So now what makes this different is the fact that, number one, it's a real business. So this is not just something that you're doing on your own, right? You're just trying to figure it out. This is a real systemized process where you're joining forces with a real multi-billion-dollar globally recognized brand, and you're tapping into, like I said before, this 7 to 8 billion person market. Really huge market here. All right. So the other thing is, it's a system that's easy to make money and drive leads with month after month after month. Okay, so there's nothing special about me, nothing special about my students. Listen, I started out working as a clerk at Walgreens Pharmacy. right? So if I can do this, you can do this. Earnings disclaimer before we start. You will most likely not make thousands and thousands and millions and bazillions and gazillions of dollars, okay, when you first get started. All right, so you will not make bazillions of dollars when you first get started. And I know some people are having trouble seeing the screen. You should now be able to see the screen. All right, so if you guys want to go back and maybe if we look at the checks or anything that you want to go back and me review, let me know, okay? If not, then we'll continue. I want to keep moving because like I said, I've added some extra special stuff in here and I don't want to take up too much time. I really want you to get this. So is it okay if we just keep moving or do you guys want me to go back so that you could see the previous slides? Let me know. We'll take a vote. 3, 2, 1, really quickly. Let me know. Keep moving. It's okay. Okay, awesome. Keep moving. Keep going. Go on. All right. So now I'm putting this out here, guys, and we know that, right? You're not going to become a billionaire overnight, but I do have to say that. And I think that if there's any program that tells you, listen, you're going to make a gazillion dollars overnight, then you really should run because that program is doing nothing but making money off of your hard-earned money. That's not what this is about. When I first got started, I just wanted to cover a few bills. Keep in mind that this is a long-lasting business model that you can consistently generate income from for many, many, many years. Right? This is something that I'm proud to say that I've taught to many, many people around the planet in a seminar form, in a webinar form like this. But more importantly, I'm proud to say that this is something that I teach to my children. I have 4 children, and 2 boys, 2 girls, and something that I teach to my wife as well. All right, so I teach them the same thing that I'm teaching you. So it's super, super, super important. As a matter of fact, I think my wife is tired of hearing me talk about this. All right, so now, are you ready to discover the 3 secrets to publishing best-selling Kindle books on Amazon? I'm going to give you secret number 1, and that is how do you come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes, even if you've never done anything like this before. And then, like I said, I've added some extra stuff, so I want to even go into like some of my resource sites and show you how I do research. All right, so we'll do that. The second secret is I'm going to give you 3 ways to get your ebooks created super fast, even if you dislike writing. So now, here's the caveat. You can write your content if you want to. That's fine. I know that we have a lot of people who say, Ty, I love writing. Writing is therapeutic for me. You know, if that's you, then that's awesome. But if you're like me and you prefer to outsource this and have someone else do the work for you, that 90% of the work that is being done for you, then I'm going to show you how you can do that as well. All right. I actually live in a divided house. I outsource my content. My wife prefers to write her own. And it's like that with my students. Like I said, I've got thousands of students that are successfully doing this, and half of them will write their own stuff. Half of them are diehard authors and writers, and then the other half are people that love just collecting the checks and they outsource the content creation to other people. And it's super easy to do that. My son Tyler, the 15-year-old, he doesn't write any of his content. As a matter of fact, he has a romance book, and at 15, he's not writing. He's a football player. As a matter of fact, he's on the D line, so he's a defensive player. He's a big guy, so he's not writing romance books. Instead, he's outsourcing it, and I'll show you how to get quality stuff done. All right, the third secret is I'm going to show you how you can publish and launch your Kindle ebooks quickly and easily so that you start making sales. All right, so let's jump right into this. All right, hey from DC. All right, love it. So secret number 1, how do you come up with a best-selling book idea in minutes, even if you've never done anything like this before? So I'm going to go into my standard way of showing you, and then I'm going to go into some more detailed ways as well. For that, I'm going to jump out of my presentation, but let's go in and use the Google Keyword Planner to do research. This is one of my favorite ways of doing market research. And this is a way to come up with like a really cool best-selling book idea and awesome titles. So let's jump into this. So the first thing you do is you're going to go over to Google and you'll type in Google Keyword Planner. Google Keyword Planner. Please do not do this now. I want you to stay on board with me so that you don't miss anything. But then once you get there, you're going to click on one of these links, and it's usually like the first or the second. And then you'll see a drop-down menu that kind of looks like this. They do change it up from time to time, but for the most part, it functions the same. All right. As with any of the sites that I share with you, right? Just keep in mind that they do kind of change um, the way they look aesthetically on the outside, but for the most part, they do look the same. All right, so now when you're here, you're going to come here and there's a drop-down menu. You're going to hit search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. So in this instance, I was really into lucid dreaming, so I put in the phrase dreams interpretation. I'm going to select these elements that you see here, all locations, all languages, Google and search partners, and then I hit get ideas. What the Google Keyword Planner is going to do is it's going to give me phrases that are similar to my main phrase that I put in, and it's going to give me the monthly search volume for those phrases. So does that make sense? I'm going to put in my main phrase or the idea or the topic that I think would make a good ebook topic, right? I'm going to put that into the Google Keyword Planner. I'm going to hit the search button, which is over there. And then Google is going to say, here's similar phrases that people are also searching for on Google and on our sister sites. This is where the research comes in. It's also going to give me the number of monthly search volumes for each of those phrases. So for example, the phrase meaning of dreams, there were 18,100 individuals that searched for that phrase within the last 30 days. Dream meaning, 2,900. Dreams and inner meanings, 590. All right, so what I have found is if you can get your combined monthly search volume to be between 10,000 to 100,000, then you've hit the honey spot. Like you've really stumbled upon a really good niche there, a really great topic. That's one that's really in demand and one that can do pretty well sales-wise. Okay, so does that make sense? Does everyone have that? All right, let me know because I want to keep moving through. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. All right, awesome. Adam says no, it does not make sense for him. Everyone else is saying yes. Easy, says Cousin. Okay, so Adam once more. All right, everyone else is getting it. Adam says that doesn't make sense. So here, you're going to enter your main phrase up here. You're going to hit search. Google is going to show you similar phrases that also are closely related to your main phrase. It's also going to show you the monthly search volume for those phrases, meaning how many people are searching for this phrase every single month. If you can get your combined monthly search volume, meaning all of the phrases combined to total up between 10,000 to 100,000, then you are in a really good niche, and more specifically, a great topic. All right. Anything less than 10,000 and your marketplace may be too low, right? You can still go in and publish a book around it, but I like to make money. As a matter of fact, would you prefer to make a little bit of money or a lot of money? I prefer to make a lot of money, so I want to do it the right way. So you want more than 10,000, okay? It's the same amount of work, but you can do work where it's going to make you a lot more money. Any less than 10,000, then you've got it's like having a Ferrari on a dead-end street, right? You have a lot of power, but nowhere to go. And by the same token, you don't want more than 100,000 because then you have a ton of competition, right? So this is the sweet spot, 10,000 to 100,000. All right, there you go. Awesome. Adam says, I got it. So let's push on here. Now, the other reason why I like to use the Google Keyword Planner tool is because it's an awesome way to cherry pick some really great titles. So for example, meaning of dreams, right? That would make an awesome title for an ebook, right? For a digital product. Here's another one, dreams and their meanings. That would make a great title as well. And then on top of that, it gets even better. So for this specific phrase here, you have 18,000 people that are searching for that. So imagine having an ebook with that title or with this phrase as the title. All right. So it's a very clean and easy way to come up with some awesome titles. You know, I saw a post on Facebook the other day by someone that's a brilliant business person. It was actually Richard Branson, the billionaire Richard Branson. And he said something to the effect of overcomplication is the killer of action. right? So overcomplication is the killer of action. So by that he means, and I wish I had the exactly what he was saying, what he said there, the exact quote. But what he meant by that, oh, here it goes. It says overcomplicating something quickly becomes the number one reason for not being able to execute on it. So what he means by that is even something that's as simple as this, if you overcomplicate it and say, it's got to be harder than that, then you kill your chances of doing well with this. All right. And oftentimes it's the smartest people that overcomplicate things. It's usually the people that, aren't the smartest that can go in and do extremely well with this because they're not, smart enough to overcomplicate it. Sometimes you super smart people overcomplicate every darn thing and screw it up. All right. So now let's keep going. So now, one of the questions that I get is, why do we use the Google Keyword Planner to find titles? Well, the answer to that is if you craft your titles correctly, you increase the chances of them both ranking high within Amazon and Google search rankings. And ranking on both Amazon and Google will dramatically boost your sales. And I want to show you an example of why that is such. So let's jump over here into Amazon. Let's say you have someone who's published a book titled How to Market and Sell Your Ebook. It's over on Amazon, and then you have someone else who is on Google and they're looking for information on marketing and selling an ebook, right? They maybe have an ebook of their own and they want to get more visibility for it. They come over to Google, they type this in, and they see these results here. And for the most part, most of us, we realize that these are paid listings, right? So we're kind of trained to gloss over these. What we want to look at and what our eyes tend to focus on is this area here, for the organic area. And which of these two listings kind of stand out the most to you? Number one or number two? And why? Which one stands out the most and why? Really quickly. All right, absolutely. The second one, says James. Michelle says the Amazon listing. Amazon, right? And some of the reasons why is because it clearly says Amazon.com. You can tell that there's something on the site that's being sold that matches what you typed in search-wise. It has 47 five-star reviews. Its price here, so you can easily see the price. You can see that it's in stock. So it just stands out so much more. So that's why we want to use this Google Keyword Planner that I spoke about previously here to go in and do our market research, right? So that's why it's so important to use this and to do the market research as we did here, and then also to use it to come up with titles that people are already searching for. Because when you do that, then those titles have a much better chance of being listed in Google. And then now you've got both a multi-billion-dollar company over here on Amazon side and a multi-billion-dollar company over here on Google side pushing your link to people, and people, you know, um, you having visibility on both of these sites. Okay, so now here's another example. Let's say you had an ebook titled Money, Wealth, Life Insurance. Same thing, right? Someone goes over to Google, they type in Money, Wealth, Life Insurance. Take a look at where this listing appears in Google, first and second position. Now, you don't have to have your book show up in Google to do well with it, but this is just an extra bonus. It being just on Amazon alone is enough to do well, especially with the methods that I teach with you. Teach you, okay? So now, that's one way of doing market research right there, right? Where you go and you use the Google Keyword Planner. I've got another way. Who wants to see the other way that I use as well? And this is one of the specials that I added into this presentation. So in order to do this, we actually have to jump out of this PowerPoint and actually have to go into the web here. So I'm going to do this, and I promise I'm going to not take up too much time. Let me go over to Google. And one of the other sites that I like to use for market research, Martin says, give us the beans, is Amazon, of course, right? This is where we're going to be selling our content on. So it just makes sense to do research here. So give me a topic, give me anything, give me something. I want to use something that you guys are shouting out here to do this research and show you how you can go in and tell if your idea is a good one, if people are actually actively buying it already. And that's the best. That is the best way to kind of tell if you have something there. Are people already paying for it? There's no reinventing the wheel here, guys. We're not going to overcomplicate this. We want to publish stuff that is already selling. Fitness and nutrition. Oh, okay. So Login says fitness and Nari says nutrition. How about we'll use Amazon and do some research under fitness, and then we'll use the other site to do some research under nutrition. All right. How's that? Oh, keto is a good one too. Donna just typed in keto. So we could do let me type in fitness here. Fitness. So here's the thing, you're gonna come over to Amazon, right? And when you're doing your market research, I search under both books and Kindle store, one at a time. And I search the same way. So the way I'm gonna just do it under the book section now. But the way I do this here under this book section is also how you would do it here under the Kindle section. So I'm coming over here, I'm typing in fitness and books, and I'm not gonna really pay attention to the sponsored listings, right? Because those are people who paid to be there. I want to go in and look at the more organic listings, just like we did with Google. So now what we're looking here for are two things. The first one is we're looking for books that have more than 25 4-star plus reviews. So more than 25 reviews, and on average it's 4+ stars. So this would qualify, right? This one's got some choice language, so I'm gonna not use that one. Here's another one. This is actually pretty cool. Firefighter functional fitness. It has more than 25, right? And it has all 5-star reviews, which is pretty cool. The other qualifier is it should not be free, meaning you want people that have actually paid for it. So it could be paid here, or it could be paid here. It could be free here and paid here, or free here and paid here, but it has to be paid somewhere. Does that make sense? We want people that are actually paying for this. You don't want a Kindle book that's free, but it has 1 million reviews, because then that doesn't count. We just want stuff that people are actually paying for. Let me know if that makes sense really quickly. Give me a yes, give me a no if it does not. All right. Okay, awesome. All right, great. So now I opened that one up. What we're gonna do is we're doing research here and we're opening them up. 7 reviews, nope, we're looking for 49. The Diabetic Muscle and Fitness Guide, boom, we're gonna open that up. It's got 49. I said we're looking for 49. We're looking for 25 more, 25 or more. It has 49 plus it's paid, 7 and it's paid, but doesn't meet our criteria, right? 13, 4. So this is a research game here. This one has 51. It's free in the audio version, free in the Kindle version, but it's paid in the paperback version. So that's fine. Boss Up or Body Boss, we'll go in and we'll open that one up. Spiral Bound, that's interesting as well. Essentials for personal fitness training. Right, so now, hello me, hello new me. This is paid, it has 185 4.5-star reviews. Here's one thing that I do want to mention. If you see something like this and it's by a well-known individual, well-known author or celebrity, that does not count, because they kind of have the advantage, right? They're going to sell more based off of their name. We want books that are published just by regular folks that we don't hear about on a regular basis. Marriage Fitness, right? That's an awesome one, because it meets our criteria of 25 or more reviews and an average of 4+ stars. All right, here's another one that's sponsored. Now, this is not under fitness. This is keto, right? But it's sponsored, and it's kind of random, right? So sometimes when you're doing research, you'll see like ideas and topics and niches and genres that you didn't even think of. But that's pretty cool, because now that becomes a possibility for us as well. So because this fits, right? What we're looking for, 25 or more reviews and 4-star or better, right? Ratings, we're going to open that one up also. Now, normally when I'm doing this, I would go like 10 pages deep, because I want to get everything. Because of we're on a time constraint here, I'm not going to go really deep. I just opened up a few. I want to show you guys what we're looking for next. So what was the first thing that we're looking for when we're doing research on Amazon? The first thing, before I give you the second thing, I want to see who's paying attention. The first qualifier is what? It must have what? Give it to me, give it to boom. 25 plus reviews. Thank you, Donna. Donna's paying attention. All right, 4 stars or better. So now the second thing is it has to have a sales rank of 25,000 or less. You find a sales rank down here. All right. So the lower the sales rank, the better this book sells. The better it sells, the more copies it sells. So you're looking for a sales rank here of 25,000 or less, and it has to be here. It doesn't have to be not here, not in a subcategory. It has to be here. All right. This line here. Does that make sense? Give me a yes really quickly. All right. Perfect. So now this one makes sense here. So this one I would keep. I would actually add that to my wish list. And if you don't know how to create a wish list, you can go down here and you have to actually be logged in. And I'm not logged in. But you'll see here, oh, here. You'll see where it says add to list. You can add that to a list and you can create a wish list. You can name your wish list like ideas or topics or whatever you want to name it. So this one meets our criteria, 25 plus reviews, and it has a sales rank of 25,000 or less. Let's look at the next one. All right, what's the sales rank here? 363,000. So this one we are going to get rid of because it's not selling. Right, we're looking for books that are selling. Here's the sales rank for this one here, 18,000. That one's selling. It's 25,000 or less. So we're going to keep that one. Here, this one has a sales rank of 17,000. That's awesome. So we're going to keep this one as well. All right, so now I'm going to get rid of the rest of these, even though normally, if I was doing this, normally I would go and look at all of them. But again, because we're on a time constraint, I'm not going to look at all of them. So now I've got these 3. And now what I do is I go in and I further start to do some other stuff, like look at the reviews. And then I also go in and I say, okay, well, which of these would I like to publish first? So something like this, firefighter functional fitness, is awesome. You can go in and model something like this. Now, note I said model, right? You're not going to copy this. You're going to model this thing. And if you're writing it or if you're outsourcing it, whoever's doing it is going to model it, meaning you're just taking the topic, right? You're creating a book around fitness for firefighters, and that's it. It could be fitness for police officers, fitness for paramedics, right? And then you go in and you put everything else together. You're not going to steal anything out of this book. Let me be super clear about that. And when you do it the way I do it, which I'll show you in the next couple of steps, you get someone to go in and write this for you, and you pay like 125 bucks, 150 bucks, and you can sell this thing forever. Like I said, I've got books that I published 10 years ago that have made me tens of thousands of dollars that are still selling to this day, right? So does that make sense? Does everyone get that really quickly? How do you do the market research on Amazon? All right, give me a yes, 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 yes. Yep, yep, yep. All right, because I want to jump into the next site that I use for market research as well. All right, in the program, I actually go way deeper in all of it, so you actually get it a lot more. So now, the other site that I like to use is Udemy. Udemy.com. How many people have heard of Udemy before? All right, Udemy is an online learning site, and what's cool about Udemy is there are whether you already know what topic you want to publish your content around, or whether you don't know what topic. If you don't know what topic, like me, sometimes I have no clue what I want to publish a book around. Sometimes there's things that I stumble across that I didn't even know existed. Like I just came across something the other day, which is there was a book all about drawing heads, like for cartoon characters. The entire book was all about drawing heads. I never even knew that there was an audience out there until I stumbled upon it. I did the market research and I found that there's tons of people that are interested in buying content like that. So guess what I'm publishing right now? A book on how to properly draw character heads. All right. So Udemy is one of these sites where you can actually, if you know, I think you guys gave me keto, right? So keto, let's say if that's the direction that we're looking to go in, we can type in keto up here, and it's going to give us, number one, a ton of the different courses that's already selling, right, that are keto related. The cool thing about Udemy is most of these courses are already, you see a price here. It's not like Amazon where you'll see zero. Every once in a while you might, but for the most part, these are already courses that people are buying. Now, here on Udemy, we're looking for something different. We still want at least a 4-star average rating, right? But when we open these up, the other thing that we're looking for here is we want courses that have, or digital programs that have at least 1,000 plus students enrolled. So here, this one would be perfect. 2,400 students enrolled. This one has 523, so nope, we're gonna get rid of that one. Let me open a few more up. 30-minute keto, I already like that already, and I haven't even opened it up. It just has 4 stars on average. Let's see how many students it has. 5,777. I knew that this was gonna be a good one. It talks about speed, and it's got keto. So it could be like 30-minute fitness, 30-minute weight loss, 30-minute abs, right? As a matter of fact, there's a product out there, infomercial or something, right, about how to gain 30-minute abs. Everyone's pressed for time, right? So if you can give them a quick solution quickly, boom, that works. All right, so now, if you're publishing like how-to information, Udemy is an awesome source. Same with Amazon. If you're publishing how-to, it's an awesome source. Now, if you're publishing something like romance, like my son Tyler, because remember, you can do this for both fiction and nonfiction, then with romance, or if you're publishing like mystery thrillers or any type of novel, then you're going to use Amazon to do your research primarily. Okay, you're not going to be able to do that research on Udemy. So does that make sense? On Udemy, on Amazon, you're looking for products that have, or books, I should say, that have at least an average of 4 stars, right, and 25 or more reviews. On Udemy, we want, again, an average of 4 stars. And when it comes to the number of students enrolled, you want 1,000 plus. Does everyone have that? Still got a ton of stuff that I want to teach you guys, and we are 30 minutes in. Is this good stuff, or should I just maybe go and just hang out with my kids now? So what do you guys think? Should we continue to move on, or what? This is stuff that has made me a ton of money. Like, we're actually building it's like a mansion right now using the money that Amazon is paying me. All right, so Susan says, absolutely, yay, move forward, great, keep going, love it. Okay, says Martin. Martin, just because you said so, we're going to do it. Keep moving faster, says Comey. Okay, I don't know if I can go any faster here. So now, what was the next thing? We're going to jump back into the, Comey, you are, man, I'll tell you, this guy, just keep it going. We're going to move back into our PowerPoint here, and then we'll come back because I want to show you guys, if you want to see it. All right, I'm only going to show you stuff that you want to see, but I also want to show you some of the sites where I go in and I find people to write my content, and great content. Remember, you only want to publish quality stuff because you want stuff that's going to sell for years and years and years and years and years to come. What I do with this is, whenever I want something new, let's say if I want a new car, and the payment on it is going to be $500, I just go and I publish a new book and I make that what pays for that car. Right now, we're building a new house. The mortgage on that house is going to be about $5,000 a month. I published 10 books, and those books will pay for that mortgage. All right. It's never failed me in the last decade. All right. So now let's continue here. I use pen names. Yes, absolutely. Laganon says, do you use pen names? Well, here's the thing. Yes, I also use pen names. Because I'm on, there's so many different, that's a great question. If you guys have questions, please ask them, because I'm not going to remember to cover everything on this because I'm giving you so much. So if you have questions, ask them. I use pen names because I publish under so many different topics, fact and fiction. And you don't want to seem like the jack of all trades, right? It's not like, you don't want to be like, darn, this guy publishes romance and mystery thrillers, and he's also publishing books on how to buy a house and how to sell a house and how to fix your car and how to buy a car. Does that make sense? All right, awesome. So now let's keep going here. So now, secret number 1 was use the Google Keyword Planner to find hot topics and to create titles. Then I also gave you a bonus. How do I use Amazon to go in and do market research? And then how do I use Udemy to also do market research, right? Whether it's fact or fiction. So that was secret number 1. I also want to share with you guys how I go in and title my books. So I came up with this system called title enhancers. I'm always testing and tweaking things, always. That's why you guys get the best with me, because I'm trying more than anyone else who's ever published on Amazon does. I'm always trying new things and I'm testing it, and I only share the best with you. So after months of testing, I found that simply adding the following elements to my titles can dramatically increase sales to the point where they double, triple, and even quadruple sales to a degree. So they're called title enhancers, and the way title enhancers work is they kind of answer the questions that your ebook buyers are asking themselves in their head. So for example, let's say you have a book titled Learn to Stay in Your Deck. You come in and instead you take the title enhancer how to and you mash it up with your title, and now that becomes how to stay in your deck like a professional. So you've got two books, one titled How to Stay in Your Deck Like a Professional, one on the left, right? And then the other book, Learn to Stay in Your Deck, over here on Amazon on the right-hand side. Which one do you think speaks to your potential prospect the most? How to Stay in Your Deck Like a Professional, number one, or Learn to Stay in Your Deck, number two? Let's take a quick vote. Go ahead and vote. Give me a 1 or 2 in the chat box. Which one? 1 says Donna. Nari says 1. Ann says 1. Martin says 1. Green says Lognan. Susan says 2. Adam says 1. Lognan says 1. Marie says 1. Chet says 1. Ask Chet. I like that. Thomas says 1. Okay. Awesome. I love it. And Donna asks, how many books do we have to publish to make great money? I'm gonna talk about that in just a few minutes as well, Donna, and I'll give you a ballpark. Okay. So yeah, so this one, how to stay in your deck like a professional. If you said number one, give yourself a pat on the back. Now, here's some other title enhancers, right? Quickest way to. So you can have a title like the 21 quickest ways to make money online versus something like the guide to making money on the web. Here's another example, something like fastest way to get your nursing degree versus something like health quads nursing guide. Or it could be something like quick and easy ways to lose weight, right? Versus the fast and hard way to lose weight. Or tips to, the world's best kept tips to losing weight. We always want to learn how to do things easy, the fast way. We want quick ways. We want to learn how to, and we want tips on how to do things. That's why title enhancers like these and the many others that I share with you work so well, because they speak directly to the person and what they are asking for a solution to in their head. All right, I hope that makes sense, guys. Let me know if that makes sense. If you get this title enhancer thing down, then you have a huge advantage. And that's what I'm about. I'm about getting the advantage when it comes to publishing. All right, so Donna says, great, very good. Makes sense, says Thomas. Now, let's keep pushing along here. Now, so here's the next thing. So here's another way where we can go in and really find out what's working here. So we could take our title enhancer, like how to. We could take the topic or the genre or the idea that we're considering publishing a book around, and we put both of these into the Google search box. Okay, and we go to hit search. So we've got like this mashup, right? Google is going to, we're over here in the Google Keyword Planner. Google is going to give us the monthly search volume for our main phrase that we put up here, how to garden, which is 45.5 million global monthly searches over the last month, right? And then it's going to also give us similar phrases that people are searching for. Now, 45.5 million, is that within our desired search criteria, yes or no? Yes or no? Let me know. I'm going to take a sip of water while you guys put your answers in there. Annie was paying attention. She actually says we want to be between 10,000 to 100,000. So Annie says no. Adam says yes. Nari says yes. Donna says yes. Chet says no. Thomas says yes. If you said no, you're absolutely right. All right. We want to be between 10,000 to 100,000. And as Linda just typed in, we don't want to be any more than 100,000. Correct, Linda. Annie, you're correct as well. So again, luckily for us, we want to be Luckily for us, Google gives us similar phrases that people are searching for. So how to make a garden, right? 201,000 global monthly searches within the last 30 days. How to design a garden, 550,000. How to build a raised garden bed, 12,000. How to plant a garden, 301,000. So out of these four, which one would make the most ideal topic to publish in a Kindle book around? Number one, number two, number three, or number four? All right, Kosi says number three. Annie says number three. Thomas says number three. Nazi says number three. Raised Garden says Linda. Absolutely. The answers are coming in pretty fast. We have tons of people that are on this thing right now, so it's kind of hard to read all of the answers that are coming in. Susan says number two. But if you said number three, how to build a raised garden bed, you are absolutely right in so many ways. All right. Number one, it's within our desired search criteria. We want to be between 10,000 to 100,000, as I've said a few times here. The other thing is it has our title enhancer, as do the other three, right? But I think something else that's pretty cool here is it speaks to a very specific audience. So this phrase is how to build a raised garden bed. So it's very specific, right? Not just a garden bed, but these are people that are typing in how to build a raised garden bed. Do you think if you had you had an ebook published on Amazon, right? And you had 12,000 people searching for this phrase, how to build a raised garden bed, every month, do you think it would be easy or hard to sell your ebook on Amazon? If you had 12,000 people searching for that phrase, how to build a raised garden bed every single month, it would be super easy. Absolutely. Very easy. Right? So let's continue to move on. So now, secret number two, right? I've given you secret number one, and that's how you go in and do the market research. And then we talked about a few additional things like title enhancers and uh, some other cool stuff. But here, once we've done the market research and we know that there's people who are actually buying the stuff and who are looking for this and who want it and who need it, how do we actually get the content created? Well, that's secret number two, right? There's three ways to get it done, even if you dislike writing. And in my preferred order, all three of these are extremely newbie friendly. So meaning if you have never done anything like this before, you can do this. The first is you can get someone else to write it for you. This is the option that I prefer. I am not a writer. Not that there's anything against writing. That's awesome. My wife is a writer, and I have to bear with it. Don't tell her I said that, or else she'll screw up my happy home. But when you go in and you outsource, and you have someone else write the content for you, using the system that I share with you in this program, you can get it done for as little as $100 to $125 per book. I'm going to show you live examples of where I go to find those people if you guys want to see it during this webinar. If not, then we can skip over it and you can watch it in the program. Let me know. This is content that you own 100% of the rights to, and you can resell it as long and as often as you want. You can even put your name on it, or you can use a pen name. Think about it. It's digital content, right? Once you publish digital content, how many times can you sell it? You can sell it over and over and over again. I was looking at my son Tyler, we were here today, and we were looking at his sales, and he had sold 106 I need to get him to write a testimonial now that I'm thinking about it. In just the last 2 months, he sold 106 copies of his romance novel. Insane, right? So that's the first option. You can go in, you can get someone else to write it for you. In this program, I give you the 3 sites that you can use, as well as I tell you exactly what to say when you're looking to hire someone. So how do you get people to flock to you? The second option is you could speak it and then have it transcribed, right? There's a ton of speech recognition software programs that are out there like rev.com, and then there's Dragon Naturally Speaking. Or the third option is you can write it yourself. This is what, like I said, about half of my students do. My wife writes her own content, right? I've got a neighbor who I shared this process with. This is what he does. This is what my daughter Maya does. My son Tyler, he actually outsources it like I do. He's a chip off the old block. So now, you guys want to find out where do I go in and actually get people to write my content? Do you want to see that really quickly? I'm gonna have to deviate out of the PowerPoint really quickly again. All right, let's do this. All right. Is this good? Let me know if it's good stuff. I really wanted to like really unveil the curtain as much as possible. So I was like cramming and throwing stuff in here and my entire process as much as possible without keeping you guys here on all day or night or morning, because I know we have people all over the place. All right, so one of the sites that I like to use is Guru. All right, guru.com to go in and hire people. I'm actually logged in already because I didn't want to go in and have to share my login information on a webinar where there's a ton of people that I don't know, so excuse me for that. But now look at this. So here's how I listed. I put the title 25-page mini reports needed, or whatever it is, 25-page guide on how to write using the snowflake method, or 25-page romance novel, or 25-page guide on how to buy a car, or here's one 40-page dog trick training report needed, right? Just a ton of different things here. So for example, let me see if I can pull up some of my other ones. I've got a ton of them. Where's the rest of them? Let me pull up. I'm trying to. They just recently changed this, so I'm trying to show you guys all of the other projects that I have posted. Crap. Okay, so here we'll go on this one here. Let's just look on this one here. All right, so take a look at this. I got 129 quotes for this one project here. Right now, I post both fact and fiction here again. All right, so now let's look at this. So here, and I just want to show you how some of the bid prices come in here, right? So I'm going to go in and let's type in United States, Canada. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just trying to segment where the bids have come in. Because I only hire from, and I think you should too. I teach my students that you should only hire from English-speaking, primarily English-speaking countries. So out of all of those bids that came in, right? So here's a ton of them that that are here. So this guy says, hey, I could do it for 325. This person 250. This person 299. This person 200 bucks. This person did not put a bid, so they're usually at that 100 to 150 price range. Same with this person up here who's in Kentucky. This person says 500 bucks, 350. The thing is, you never want to pay more than $150 to get this paid, this done. All right. These are 25-page novels that you're having written, or documents that you're having written here. So let me show you another one here. Let's look at this one. How to use the snowflake method. 245, 120. South Africa is also good. I've gotten a lot of great writers from South Africa because they're primarily English speaking. This person says 125, all right, 25, 25, 35, 175. This person's in New York. I could get this person down to 125 or 150 with the negotiating. 200, 125. This person's in Maine. This person's in California, 125. So you'll find a lot of really, really good people that do nonfiction writing, fiction writing, erotica writing, if that's your thing, ebook writing, ghost writing, right, romance writing, short stories. Some really smart people, people that have, you know, master's degrees, PhD. I've hired people with PhDs before. People who are journalists, majors. This person is in California. She's saying that she could do it for 65 bucks, right? I've hired some really great writers and people that are just passionate about writing, and you know, they just happen to you're paying them to do something that they would do for free anyway. So it's a win-win. So in this, I usually go in and there's certain criteria that I put up when I post my job, because you don't want to just go in and put that up. You want to have certain criteria, right? So I'll start it here, and then I go in, I'll list certain countries, and then there's really detailed information that I put here. I'm not going to share that right now because again, we're coming close to um, 45 minutes. I think we've been on this thing so far, right? So that's how you can do that there, right? You go in and you outsource it. And then the third step is you go in and you create your publisher's account, your Kindle publisher's account, if you have not done that already, right? I could probably show you guys how to do that too if you want, or where to do that. Maybe not go through the whole process. If you want, let me know. But it takes about 5 minutes to do so. It does not cost you anything. Amazon wants us to make money. And why do they want us to make money? They want us to make money because when we make money, guess what? They make money. As a matter of fact, Amazon gives you 70%. So if you sell $10,000 worth of books, then they give you 7,000, they keep 3,000. They give you 7,000. So I'll sell it. Now, here's the thing. Ann just asked, how much do you sell a 25-page book for? All right. I sell them between $2.99 and $9.99. Right. So I test the prices. So $2.99 to $9.99. Most of mine sell at about $9.99. As you saw when we were doing our research, a lot of them are going to sell for about $9.99 on Kindle anyway. All right. And Amazon finds that the shorter books actually sells the best. As a matter of fact, so much so that they had a section specifically for short books called Kindle Selects, or it was Kindle Shorts, I think, maybe Kindle Selects or Shorts. So once you publish it on Amazon, your book is now published and ready to make you money. And I really go into this detailed stuff in the program as well. So you're ready to make money. And once published, you crank up the sales by repeating the process, right? Because if you have a book that's selling, how many should you have that's selling? I just had this conversation with my 15-year-old son, Tyler. I'm like, dude, you have a book that has made you, he made $1,238 last month, $1,350 this month. You have a book that's made you over $2,500 in 2 months. How many more do you need? And he's like, Dad, I want as many as possible. And I'm like, yes, you're absolutely right. And then I also gave him another scenario. Take a look at listen to this. So I have a friend of mine who just bought he's into real estate investing as I am. We buy multifamily properties. Friend of mine just bought a duplex for $150,000. He put down $50,000. He's renting out each side of a duplex for $600. So how much money is he making a month? He's making $1,200 a month, right? 2 renters. My son just went through this entire process and he's making on average about $1,200 a month and did not have to put $50,000 down, nor does he have the headache of dealing with tenants and everything else. All right. So, I mean, this is a great way to build residual passive long-term income. All right. So really, really cool way of doing it. So now the next thing is, I want to review really quickly. So secret number 1 is, how do you come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes, even if you've never done anything like this before? Secret number 2 was 3 ways to get your ebooks created super fast. Secret number 3 was, how do you publish and launch your Kindle ebooks quickly and easily so that you start making sales? Is anyone starting to feel excited about this? As I mentioned at the very beginning of this, I talk about Kindle publishing in my sleep because it is so exciting. It's changed my life. Remember, I used to work at Walgreens Pharmacy, and working at Walgreens, I used to have to put in, even though I made good money, it was nowhere near what I make here. I used to have to put in an hour's worth of time in exchange for an hour's worth of pay. With Kindle publishing, you publish your book one time and it continues to pay you over and over and over and over and over again. And you can create as many of these mini revenue streams as you wish, right? Over and over and over again. It becomes a long-term business model. So I was with my son earlier this morning at practice, and while he's at practice, guess what's happening? I'm selling copies of my content, my digital content. While we're shopping, guess what's happening? copies of my digital content is selling. While I was sleeping last night, guess what happened? I sold copies of my digital content. Okay, so there you go. Thank you, Linda. Linda says very informative and concise presentation. Thank you. All right, Thomas says very motivating. So now I get excited because not only am I seeing a ton of success with this, but so are my students, right? So this is one of my screenshots, just under 30,000 in royalties for myself within the last 30 days. One of my students, Brian here, $5,000. His first $5,000 a month. Now he's motivated to shoot for $10,000 a month. Another one of my students, Tracy Voister, who just got started and in her first 2 days has sold 5 copies, right? Another one of my students, Dan DeVry, who's making $20,000 per month in sales. He's 66 years old. He comes from the construction industry. So far from this industry, he's got no background in this stuff. He just took the program and he followed the step-by-step instructions that I provide to you, just like I did here. And he's doing $20,000 a month. Now, how many ebooks do you need? Someone asked me, how much do you make on average per ebook? I've found that on average, you can generate about $500 a month in sales per ebook, following the system that I give you. So imagine having 5, 10, or 20 ebooks all bringing in monthly income. As I said, each one could pay for something different. You could have 2 ebooks, 3 ebooks that pay for a new vacation for you every month. We just got back from California. We went out there. My daughter, who's 12, does competitive dance. So we went out there for her to take some special dance classes. And while we were there, we did like the Hollywood sign. We did all the touristy stuff. We did the Walk of Fame. We went to Rodeo Drive. We did some really cool stuff. We did a tour of Warner Brothers Studios. We saw a set of Friends, right? And all of that was paid for by Amazon using this model that I'm teaching you here. So this is a system where you do the work once, your ebook sell for months and years to come. It's residual income that pays you over and over and over again, right? So what makes this different is the fact that it grows month after month. As you saw earlier, one of my first checks was in the amount of $2,297.30. And then from there, I went to $2,873.13. And then from there, $4,462.53, and then from there $8,403.84, and now consistently seeing checks that come in for tens and tens of thousands of dollars a month, right? It's also, like I said at the very beginning, the perfect lead generator, which is an additional way to make extra income. One that I did not cover on this presentation because I wanted to share some of the other stuff that I packed in for you guys. But listen, how much money do you need to make a difference in your life? Would it be an extra 500 bucks? Some people would really do well with that. Some people say, hey, I need an extra 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000. It's super possible with this system. Think about it. How could something like this change your life? Like, what would you do with that extra income? Would you put it towards your kid's future, or use it to pay off your mortgage, or buy a house, buy your dream car, pay off bills, get out of debt, travel the globe, donate to charities? There's so much that you can do with this. Let me ask you a question really quickly here. The past hour, would you agree that it's been time well spent? Let me know, yes or no. The yeses are flying in. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome. Oh, Ann has a great question. Ann says, do you ever worry that one of the people you hire can be plagiarizing someone else? No, Ann. And because I have a system, a checks and balance system, and I've never had that issue. So great question, though. So nope, never had that issue. Obviously, we can't cover everything that you need in a 60-minute or even a 90-minute presentation, right? So what I've done is I've put together a special offer so that you can get everything that you need to know. And when you act fast, I'm going to give you a very special deal. I'm only going to leave this deal up for about 5 or 10 minutes because, as you guys know, I've ran through everything and I've got a special engagement. I'm going out with my wife on a little date today. We like to spend some quality time with each other every single day. And I'm on my way to that. So I'm going to give you this deal, and I'm going to make it available for 10 people. How about that? That way we can get through it really quickly. So if you're in, you get in. I'm not looking for people that have to think about it and that are hemming and hawing and that are uncertain. I want certain people that uh, are all about abundance and certainty. So here's the thing. One of the things that I realize is that old habits die hard. So you'll be thrilled to realize that I put together this entire presentation. This is not my $20,000 program. This is an online program where you get to see what I do. You get to follow my steps and look over my shoulder just as you did here. And you get to see what I do and the results that I get and how you can go in and copy those so that you get similar results. Here's everything that you're going to get. So you're going to get the setup, which is how do you go in and properly set up your Kindle Direct Publishing account, right? Something that we did not cover here because of time. How do you get started super quickly, and what don't you do so that you don't get banned? These are also things that we did not cover here because, again, we ran out of time. You're going to get the Kindling for Profits module, which is a $1,497 value. In this module, I also cover things that we did not get a chance to cover here, and that is how do you find the right niche and readers. So niches that sell and readers that buy. You'll also get the buyer magnet module, which is a $2,997 value. This covers all of the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell, things like covers, prices, descriptions, reviews. Again, all things that we did not have a chance to cover. I kind of touched on pricing, but I didn't really give you the breakdown on it because, again, I was trying to fly through and give you guys as much as possible. And there's still a lot more to give you. You also get the KDP Cash Extraction module, which is a $3,500 value. This covers all of the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will, because most people that try to publish on Amazon without using what I teach, they kind of fall flat on their face, right? If you think about it, just in this presentation here, I probably gave you about 6 or 7 golden nuggets that you will never hear shared with anyone by anyone else, right? There's courses that go for $10,000, $20,000 that don't cover what I cover on this free webinar that I just gave you. And they darn sure don't cover what I give you in the program because these guys are not doing it. I'm in the trenches day in and day out doing this stuff. Total value of everything that you're going to get is $8,991. You're also going to get a couple of fast action bonuses for the first 10 people. Actually, I'm only taking 10 people because, again, I'm in a hurry right now. I'm in a rush. I don't need the money. I'll take the money, but I don't need the money. I want people that are going to come in and follow and get results, and then I can get your testimonials as well. So one of the fast action bonuses that you're going to get is the Google Kindle Crunch. This covers getting your ebook listed in Google, and this will help you to increase your sales big time. This is where like 30% of my sales come from. This is that special section that I covered towards the middle of this presentation here. This is a $1,997 value. You'll also get my money multiplicity bonus, which covers how do you take the same content that you're publishing on Amazon and also publish it to other platforms so that you kind of triple your exposure and thus tripling or quadrupling the amount of potential that you can have with your ebooks and make even more money. That's a $997 value. You're also going to get your very own virtual assistant. So this is a live person that can help you put this entire process in place. This is what I mean by 90% of the work is already done for you, right? So this person can help you with researching topics, coming up with title ideas, writing out your descriptions, communicating with your writer, or anything else that you can think of, including like market research and all of the other stuff that I talk about here. You're going to get this person for 40 hours. This is a $600 value, something that actually cost me real money. So again, this is why I'm only allowing 10 people in. You're also going to get special access to my members only private Facebook group where you get to ask questions of me and my other coaches. You get to get updates, you get to share ideas, you get to brainstorm, you get to get help. And something that I also just threw in, which I'm super proud of, is when you get access right now, I'm going to also give you one additional access for someone else. So if you buy this program now, you're going to be able to allow someone else in as well. So whether you have a business partner or maybe one of your kids, like I share this with my children, right? Or your wife or your husband or your neighbor, you can give him access for free as well. All right. So you're going to be able to get access for yourself and someone else. I've never done this before. You're going to get this as well. So if you got to the point where, like my student there in DeVry, you're making $20,000 a month, would it make sense to pay $5,000 for something like this? Then every sale after that month is pure profit, right? Now, here's the good news. You're not going to pay $20,000. You're not going to pay $20,000. You're not going to pay $5,000. For the first 10 people, you're going to get a super special discount. Normally, I charge $10,000 for this. You're not going to pay that. But for everyone that gets in within the next 5 minutes, because I have to run, you're going to be able to get in, right, for just $997. Go to 30dayprofits.com to get in right now. I will put that URL. Hey, you can't click on a link that you see on your screen. You actually have to type that in to your browser. So if you go to www.30dayprofits.com, and if you do so within the next 5 minutes before I close this out, and if you are one of the first 10 to go there, then you're going to get the entire program, everything that I talk about here, and more. There's some awesome. Yes, you can, Susan. Susan says, can you use the same ebook on multiple platforms? Yes. You're going to get some awesome unannounced bonuses, things that I didn't even mention here. So 30dayprofits.com. Go in. You want to be one of the first 10 people to get in. Looks like Jason is in already. Jason, you are super fast, my brother. I love that. That's what I mean when it comes to action taking. I'm only looking to work for people that can make quick decisions. You know, Napoleon Hill says that one of the most common traits amongst successful people is their ability to make fast decisions. Quick decisions. They don't say I have to think about it or I'll get back to you, right? So visit this URL to place your order right now, 30dayprofits.com. I will post that into the questions area and you can get in. Michelle is in as well. So good to have you, Michelle. So far 2 slots are taken. We have 8 more slots available. Get in before they are off. Oh, Michael is in. So I almost spoke too fast. We have 3 that are taken so far. So you want to get in right now while you still have a chance. All right, Ricky is in. Good to have you. Congratulations, Ricky. That is a super smart decision. All right, Ricky is in. Guys, you want to get in right now by going to 30dayprofits.com, 30dayprofits.com to get in. You can also use PayPal. So when you go to that URL, you'll see that you can also use PayPal. You can also use PayPal credit if you want, where you get access to the program now and don't have to pay for it for 6 months. That way you can go in, you can start making money, and 6 months later you can pay for it, right? So you can, we have Rhonda that's in as well. Rhonda, welcome. So we have 4 people that are in. Here's that testimonial from Darren DeVry. Darren is really rocking and rolling with this. He says, this has been my best month so far with 258 sales to date with only 3 titles. I'm very happy with that. I am now shooting for 200 sales this month. All right. I'm going to try for 1,000 sales a month next month. Thank you, Ty. So now, imagine a life where you're able to generate a consistent, hands-free, passive income every month. Can you imagine that for yourself? Like, how would that change your life? Right, Mark is in. Mark, congratulations, smart decision. We are now at the halfway point, so we have less than 5 slots available, and we will be closing in just a few more minutes as well. So Mark is in. All right, we just had someone else's. Thomas is in as well. Thomas, congratulations, Thomas. Great to have you in. All right. Who else do we have here? All right, we have Richard is in. All right, so now we have 4 slots that's available. All right, good to have you in, Richard, as well. All right, one where you finally get moving and making money, what would that look like? Like, what would your life look like if you started to really start making money here? How would that change for you? right? What would that look like? One where you have a system that consistently makes you passive income every single month, something totally different than trading time for dollars, which is what, most people kind of do, right? So we've got Marty. Marty is in as well. We're now down to 3 slots, if my math is correct. All right, we're now down to 3 slots here. So now let me ask you a question. This comes with a 100% risk-free guarantee. Email me within the next 60 days. I'll give you all of your money back. No questions asked. Try the program out. And if you're unhappy for any reason, I'll refund you full price. That way, all of the risk is on me and none on you. All right, we just got someone else in. This is Linda. Welcome aboard, Linda. Linda, you are a fast action taker. I love it. All right, congrats, Linda. So now what is that, guys? Is that 2 slots? Let me help me out here. The order page is, Lagna says, I want to be like you. All right. The order page will close out once we max out because I set it to close out at 10. So if you're not in, you want to get in right now. All right. That's it. All right, Lagnan is in as well. Good, Lagnan. Smart decision. All right. So here's everything that you're going to get. You're going to get the setup, which is a $997 value. This covers setting up your account, how to get started quickly, what not to do so that you don't get banned. All of the stuff that I did not have time to share with you on this presentation. You're going to get Kindling for Profits, which is a $1,497 value. This covers finding the right niche in readers, niches that sell and readers that buy, right? You're also going to get the Buyer Magnet module, which is a $2,997 value. This covers all of the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. Things like covers. How do you get covers, and how do you get amazing covers that are going to sell your books like hotcakes, right? How do you price your ebooks? So I'm gonna cover pricing in this module as well, right? What are the best prices? I've tested 56 different prices, and there's a handful of prices that make you the most money, that make you the most profit, right? Which ones do you use? And if you use the wrong prices, then it could mean disaster. So that's why you want this program, for things like that. Descriptions. How do you write out descriptions that, again, are going to pull people in? This is what helps to build a bestseller, folks. This is the stuff that most people miss out on because they don't have a coach, they don't have a mentor that's walking them through the steps here. All right. The next thing is reviews. How do you go in and get reviews for your books? Right? Reviews are a big part, and I'm not talking about getting reviews off of Fiverr. That's crap. And if anyone tells you to do it that way, then you should run and hide. All right. So now you're also going to get the KDP Cash Extraction module. This is a $3,500 value, right? In this module, I cover all the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will, just because they don't have access to the content that you're getting here, right? Now this, combined with everything that you see here, is an $8,991 value. You're going to get everything here, and then you're also going to get all of the fast action bonuses that I have here. So fast action bonus number 1, for Google, Kindle Crunch, getting your ebooks listed on Google will help to increase your sales big time, right? This right here, I kind of first stumbled upon this while we were on vacation. My wife and I were in Venice, Italy, and I had just tested out like using this strategy to list my ebooks and to get them listed in Google. And while we were in Italy, I happened to check my sales, and I saw that I had made like 3 times what I normally would make. And it was because I had gotten some of those ebooks listed in Google. So needless to say, as soon as I went home, I started to apply the same process to all of my books and everything that I've published since then. And now I'm sharing it with my students, folks like you. All right. You'll also get fast action bonus number 2, which is the money multiplicity bonus, how to publish the same content and to other online platforms so that you increase your book's exposure even more. Michelle is asking for the URL again. Absolutely, Michelle. I'm going to post it here in the chat box. All right. So speaking of that, I haven't checked to see bonuses if we have how many more people came in. So there you go, Michelle. It's 30dayprofits.com, okay? 30dayprofits.com. You can go there if it's still available, if the order page is still up. By the time you try to get in, it may not be there. If it's not, I apologize, guys. There's nothing that I can do to get you in. That's it. All right, we close the doors at 10 people, and that is that. So try right now. All right. How much time do you need to spend on this to make good money? Donna, I actually just do this on the weekends. My son has things like school, he has football practice. So he actually puts in about, I would say he put in about an hour today because he's working on his next one. He just published one book. So the numbers that I gave you for him is just from one book. Uh, but right now he's putting in about, I would say about 3 hours a week, which you can do on a weekend, right? I mean, you can wake up an hour early, you can stay up an hour later. That's what I actually like when I was working at Walgreens and I didn't have much time between family and other obligations and coaching, basketball, and spending time with my wife and doing homework with the kids and everything else. And then my mom, I have a mom that's only almost 80, so we take care of her as well. So I have very little time, right? So yeah, so it doesn't take a lot of time. But that's the good thing about this is you go over this at your time, at your leisure, when you can. I have some students who will go in and buy the program, and then they get started like a month later or 2 weeks later or months later when they actually have time. So you could definitely do that. All right, so it's not something that you have to rush into. Now, with that said, I don't know if there's any slots left. I have not taken a look because I just want to get over this real quick and then close out this webinar. So now, you're also going to get your own virtual assistant for 40 hours. This is someone that can help you with uh, researching topics, coming up with title ideas, writing out descriptions, communicating with your writer, or anything else that you can think of, including working on some of your other businesses. This is an actual $600 value, one that cost me real money. You're going to get this person for free. So you'll also get access to our special Facebook group. Normally this is sold for $5,000, but because you're part of this special event, you're going to get in right now for just $997. All right? That's a price that you will never see again. All right, folks, I have to leave. I hope you have had a chance to get in, and I hope that this is something that you've gotten some value out of. Right now, you have just two choices. You can do nothing and take this leap of faith, or you can pony up the small, tiny investment today compared to all of the value that you'll receive in return, and just give it a shot. This is something that will totally, totally change your life. All right, so it will totally change your life. You also have my money back guarantee here. And if for any reason, if you need help with placing your order, you can go and you can call our customer support line at 866-752-9968, and they will help you. Remember, they are only available from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time. So you can do that, or you can also send an email to support@kindlecashflow.com, or you can just place your order online yourself by going to 30dayprofits.com. We accept Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, PayPal, as well as PayPal Credit. All right, so there you go. That is where you get started. The other thing is you have two payment options. You can make one payment of $997, or you can go in and make two payments of $549. One payment now, and then one 30 days from now. So you can get started with this, start making some money, and then you make that other payment. All right. So again, 30dayprofits.com is where you'll get in. Here's everything that you're going to get. Over $9,000, almost $9,000 plus with the bonuses makes it over $9,000. You're going to get everything that you see here. You can get in now by going to 30dayprofits.com. 30dayprofits.com. This is the entire system. Here's a pretty cool testimonial from one of our students who's actually in the Facebook group. Her name is Linda. And Linda had actually had to stop publishing books for a while. I don't remember. I can't remember if it was something that happened with her or her son. But anyway, she had an emergency. and she had stopped for about 3 months, and she continued making money. She says, even while I stopped, I had made several $1,000s using this system. What job can you stop working on and still make thousands of dollars while you're not working? That's the beauty of passive income, right? That's the beauty of passive income, because you make money while you're not working, right? And as Tony Robbins says, if you want to be successful, you find someone who has achieved the results you want and you copy what they do, and you will achieve the same results. So what questions do you guys have? Any questions before I hang up here? Before I close out? All right? Why have you not signed up yet? Let me know. Why have you not signed up? Let me know. We are at the end of this, and let's see, what do we have? Doreen says, I don't see a question, Doreen. Chet says, I keep getting kicked out. Chet, where are you getting kicked out of? Is it here, the webinar, or are you getting kicked out of the order form? Where is it? Let's see, Doreen, what question did you ask? I must have missed you. There's so many people that are here. So my apologies, dear. Can you repost your question? Oh, she says, I was going to use Upwork. I was going to use Google. Uh, yes, Google is extremely safe to use. I've been using them for years. No problem at all. Chet, where are you getting kicked out of? I'm kind of curious about that. Let me know. The order form when I try to complete it. What option are you going for, Chet? That's not good. Let me give you a link. What option are you going for? Donna says, how long does it take to get your first book up? That's entirely up to you, Donna. It depends on how quickly you're going to go in and go through the program. So Chet says one payment. So Chet, here's what you should be doing. You should be going here, 30dayprofits.com. And then you're going to click this. Let me see, Chet, and I'll send you a link. All right, and then you're going to, is this where you're getting kicked out at, Chet? Let me send you another link here. Use that link and let me know. But is this where you're getting kicked out? This is where you should be going in. You're entering your information. And Chet, are you in the US or are you outside of the US? US, okay. So if you go in and you just put your info here, and Chet, if you want, leave your phone number and we'll have someone give you a call to place your order. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a call to help you along with that if you want. Or you can go in, you can try it out, or I can have one of the agents call you, either way. But try that out, Chet. It should work for you. If not, you can leave your number here and I'll give you a call. So he says where I tried to place the order. All right. So are you meaning like here? Yeah, that should be working for you. So folks, if you have any issues where you try to place the order, go back in and you can either contact us. I'll give you our contact information again. You'll find it here. So if you need to go in and contact us, where is it? There we go. And Chad, if you just post your number here, only I can see it. I'll give you a call and I'll help push the order through for you. All right. So there you go, folks. Any other questions? What other questions do you folks have right now? Let me know what other questions you have, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. If there are no other questions, we're going to close out right now. All right. And it looks like Chet is in. So Chet's going to be in, and then we have just one more slot left. So who's going to be the lucky person that gets in? right? We have one slot left. Who will it be? Will it be you? Will it be you, Rhonda? Will it be Jason? Will it be Gary? Will it be Carolyn? Will it be Tyler? Who will it be? All right. So have a great one, folks. Have a good day, good night, good morning. I know we have people that are literally watching across the planet. So wherever you are right now, have an awesome one. And if you still need to talk about this with a business partner or maybe your wife, take a picture of a screen. Take a picture of a screen that's up right now, so that you have the URL, so that you have our phone number, so that you have our email address in the event that you need to get in later on. All right. So have a great one. Bye bye.